Beautiful. Welcome back to Draugen. Where we left off, we had found some more clues regarding our sister Betty. We play as this guy, Edward. And Lizzie. I'm not sure who Lizzie actually is. There was probably an explanation and I just completely missed it. Because, hey, that's what happens. You know? You expect me to pay attention to little things like that? No. Don't pay any attention at all. This is not new information for anybody. But anyway, we have gone to Norway from Hanover, US. We have come here. We are looking for our sister Betty, who was a journalist. I believe she was writing an article on this small town in Norway called Groben. No, wait, Groben or Gravik? It's one of those two. It's one of those two. I can't remember the exact ones. I feel like it's Gravik? Gravik? Yeah, that sounds right. Gravik. Anyway. We came here. We were supposed to be staying with a family. The Fretlanders. And nobody was there. In fact, nobody was there in the village at all. We kind of... One of the options that I picked was, oh, you know, maybe, hey, perhaps they've gone up to the mountains somewhere. You know, it seems to be a very small rural community. Maybe we went there. We found some more clues of Betty's existence. We found a scarf, and we found her hat. Both in different locations. We also found some ominous writing in one of the abandoned buildings. Well, abandoned. I'm only saying abandoned because it was empty. The whole town is empty. We also found some blood, some text written in blood on a wall that amounted to, that I think translated to child murderer. So heavy trigger warning for this game. It is dealing with some heavy topics. Please, you know, look this up on doesthedogdie.com. Please look on that. Because I suspect that this game is only getting it more and more triggering as we uncover the story or mystery or whatever. But yeah, we found some remains. Say that. There was a man who was hanging from a tree, and the implication seemed to be that maybe he pushed the girl, or maybe due to some hysteria over the girl's death, he was the one who maybe forced the business, maybe banned the people who owned the shop out of business or something. I don't know. This is set in 1920s. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's hopefully we can pick this up where we left off. Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight...
They're not coming back. Perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened? Penny for your thoughts?
She was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I hope that's what I picked
Could have been an
yesterday.
accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I'm
about that.
sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
Alright. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck.
This is
I'll
Lizzie.
be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
I still don't know what the relationship is between us. Like, are you a niece or a friend or what? Okay. Well. That is a beautiful song. Oh yeah, and there was this weird shadow thing that we saw. We went out and chased it.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes, and it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to
Well,
figure
why
out
don't
what
you read it
happened?
yourself?
Keep reading.
Lizzie!
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before...
Oh no.
It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine.
It's
Can we
been...
not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Still doesn't explain where the villages are, where the Fretlanders are.
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up, Edward. I mean, we just got here. It's a big place. She could be anywhere.
It's just the thought of her alone out there in the dark.
She's a tough cookie. You're Betty. Tougher than you, teddy bear.
That she is.
Anyone else remember that Alone in the Dark? A New Nightmare. It's on PS1. And, oh, hey. And I remember this because the song that was on one of the game discs that came with it, it seemed pretty cool. Like a song all about the game. Very, very cool. Alone in the dark. I don't want to say it was metal. But it was kind of ish, or at the very least hard rock. Unfortunately, I was never able to find the artist who actually did it. I'll have to look that up. Don't like how dark it is. Or the fact that that door is locked. That unnerves me. That is deeply unsettling. So we didn't look at the piano last time I was here. Did we read this? Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. We may need to start from the beginning. Oh, good lord, that is a lot of text. Apple and dry toast. Gaining weight. Apparently very popular in London. Fried egg and sausages. Nice. August. Gravik. Okay, so we are in Gravik. I don't know where I got the name Gruben from. Elizabeth Hardin. That's Betty that we're looking for. What's this? Jesus, this is a lot of reading. This is a stupid amount of reading. Okay, that's us. Yes. Or asteroid claiming reason on his land. That's why she's got that. It's I called it a mannequin yesterday. It's not a mannequin, but it's there is a name for it. It's what people when dresses or clothes. Like put little pins on it and stuff like that. I can't remember what. But they use it in dressmaking. Aha, here we go. September. Yep. That's us coming in October. Oh. Hold on. Someone damaged our boat. Okay, now that's interesting. That's interesting because somebody damaged our boat. The one that we arrived on, a small little rowing boat. Probably from the main. But maybe there's a little bit of some ghosties. It's unusual to have a fire pit in the corner of the room, right? Don't ask me to play this. Ooh, Draugen Vaults. A lovely melody. As much as I want to hear it, I'm also looking. Call me the piano man. See, it was a nice song. Piece of music. We looked in this. I just want to see if this picture has changed. This with the mouse. The way that is like definitely some. That's got some religious significance to it. I refuse to believe otherwise. Like the way that is. That's. Like the way that mouse is posed. I can't be the only one who sees that, right? Also, let me know if the game is too dark, because I can adjust the gamma. I adjusted it a little bit last night, yesterday, just to make it a little more playable, because my goodness, I could not. Look at that sunset! Oh, that's pretty, that's pretty. Almost like fire. Oh, that is gorgeous. What a beautiful game this. The only thing that there's a couple of things I have, I got a couple of issues with this. It's very vague when it comes to giving you direction. Like, it doesn't give you any direction at all. It's, go figure shit out on your own, which... Lizzie, you scared me. Could you not do that, please? It's fucking terrifying. Oh. Oh, that's the burnt book that we found yesterday.
I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. Wasn't there an inscription inside?
Simon. Simon gave that book to Ruth. But who burned it?
Johann or Anna. If they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so. And we know the sisters were close.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them,
Money.
it was big.
Love. Big enough for murder? Or maybe the death of the girl? What prompted? Okay, we read this. Yes. Yes. Lizzie, you are terrifying. Has anybody ever told you that? Lizzie, you are absolutely fucking terrifying in the dark. Just standing there quietly. Such a menacing aura about you. Look, dog. That fucking... This thing. This. I hate it. Fucking hate it.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Fucking hate it. At least put it back. At least put it back in the closet, you know? Don't leave it out like that. It's fucking weird. Also, shut these curtains. If you're gonna sleep, close the curtains. Put this back. Shut the door. Swear to God, I fucking...
You do look exhausted. Go to bed, Edward. I'll tuck you in.
Alright. Swear to God.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late.
That is suspicious.
Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now.
Why would you say that? Yeah, that's not unsaid. They're not coming back. You know, that was actually not a bad... I swear to God, one of these days, I'm going to wake up and that thing is going to move. And I'm going to be very annoyed. It was pretty. Well, I mean, it'd still be a lot. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but if I'm sleeping, I'm having my curtains shut. For one thing, I don't want any light to come in. But the other reason is, I don't want to see any creepy freaking face staring at me, okay? I don't want to...
Lissy!
Upstairs!
I do like that, though. That's cool. Gives you a little visual indicator.
Eddie? Is that you?
Is this new? Sorry. Oh, we can draw? Oh, wait, have I already done this? Have I drawn here before? I don't think I have. So that was young girl's bed, I'm going to assume. Well, I don't know, actually. It looked like a bed, but it also kind of looks like... You know those things when you see bunk beds? And then you got... Where the top bed is, you've got like this little like alcove bit. It looks like that. Oh no, that's new. You're gonna have to teach me how to draw like this. I mean, this was back in a time where people had a lot more free time to hone their skills and crafts. Still locked? Whatever is in this room holds the secrets. Calling it right now. Ooh. God, even like the artwork in game is fucking beautiful. Truly stunning. Lizzie!
Where are you, Lissy?
I'm in here.
Oh, okay. Is this where you've been sleeping? You've been sleeping in this room? Every time I open the door, it's like I get like almost I get like flashbacks to the older Resident Evil games, you know, where there was like a hidden loading screen.
This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth.
Yes, I know this. Yes.
Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
I like her.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic.
Oh, typical young women being melodramatic. That's the kind of talk that can get you institutionalized, young lady. Oh? Also, this. And this. This one in particular, highly fucking creepy. Done it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay, so that's the church. Yes. Oh, now it's giving us an opportunity to actually look at these. Okay, cool.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet. She was
Yes.
8. This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community
Still better than what I
divided.
could do. I'm not gonna lie, like, to draw a picture like that, still better. I mean, that's still better than like something that I could draw, which I did earlier. I found a picture of a robin online. Just a little side still. Robin. I mean, the eyes are way too big. But yes, I have taken up drawing again. It bothers me that people can draw and I can't. That shit pisses me off. Like, there's just something in my brain that's like, no, if other people can do it, I should be able to do it too. Oh, okay, so she's finding
She found
treasure.
something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be.
Oh, not
What
the
did she
mine.
find?
something important enough to draw.
I'm just gonna say it. Her drawings, even at 8, were better. Like better than mine, as an adult. Could have
That
been
must
an
be
artist.
Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's why I don't like talking down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna talk to them like adults, because come on, their brains are not fully formed. Hell, my brain isn't formed. I mean, well, it is and it isn't. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't believe in like, you know, necessarily talking down to kids. I tend to listen to what they have to say, and I trust, on some level, I trust their intuition.
Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really?
Oh,
Let me see. Pull it out.
how long has that been there? Ah. Like, I'm just getting more questions. Point.
What is
Ooh,
this?
oh.
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in
And
terms of
the
monetary
little
value.
emblem,
Historically,
the
they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why
That's
would a
cool.
child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just
Lizzie gets it.
shiny toys. Wait! The pin!
Exactly,
On the
the
doll.
pin.
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite.
Yeah,
Wherever she found them,
ancient
wanted to keep
Viking
them hidden.
burial site.
You think someone found out?
these items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures,
Good motive.
they might be willing to do terrible things.
So, I mean, there's still the possibility that she had an accident.
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
But
She
Edward!
didn't imagine the Viking artifacts.
Lizzie's
shouldn't be
face
so
says it
dismissive.
all.
The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Edward, you
Ruth
did
was
not just
troubled.
say that.
The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here.
My God.
Maybe
Finally, civilization.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should be
I told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there.
Oh, no. Nice try, Lizzie.
About all of this.
No. I'm staying here, okay? You are coming with me, all right? I ain't going to that fucking creepy church on my own.
Do you see anyone?
They must be inside the church.
I don't like this. You're sending me out alone? Also, Edward. I know it was the 20s, but we need to have a conversation. Okay? Need to talk about your attitude towards Lizzie. I get it. She's young. She's a little annoying. But at the same time, what you were saying to her about like, oh yes, you might have notions if you start reading. Oh. No. Stop that. I'm gonna issue a formal stop that right now. Okay? Lizzie is, listen, she's smart, alright? And her ideas should not be dismissed easily. Just because younger than you, she's a woman. Young adult, maybe. And I get it, it's, you know, that in that you. Hell, I mean, even now, there are still, plenty of people, mostly guys, who, still don't think women should have a voice or a say on anything, which, blowing to me. Like, really? 100 years on, and you still don't see that there's a problem with your attitude and way of thinking? Saying. God, that is such a pretty game. I am expecting to be jump scared at any moment. I'm gonna get up there and there's gonna be like something is gonna jump out at me. I just freaking head. I just realized this might actually be the first kind of walking simulator I've played. I've seen other people play other games, you know, like What Remains of Edith Finch, which is
All these fresh graves. Do you think that maybe
No.
Betty...
I'd know.
But
You wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have a bond.
God, Edward. Your obsession with her is really strong.
mm-hmm. Have you seen my sister Betty? Dang, that girl has wandered off again. I've been looking, I'm looking.
No one's touched these since yesterday. Regardless of how they got past the boards, there's someone in there.
Really?
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees.
Fucking
the grass
love her.
between your toes.
Love her.
The brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
I love Lizzie's attitude so much.
See anyone?
No,
Listen. The bell. They're still in there.
Okay, but
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me the
I'm here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
you want to try and bust them open? I mean, hell. Why not do some breaking and entering? Why not, right?
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet.
Oh, okay. We have moved. We have evolved. We have evolved. We have gone from being an old bean to now we're an old fruit. Hell yeah. Progress.
Betty? Are you here? Hello?
What's
This is
next?
Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
Are you a
I don't
ghost?
know about that.
Are you a ghost? If you're a ghost, you have to tell me. What if... Yes. What if Lizzie, Alice, what if he's the ghost of Betty? Ah? Please do not confirm or deny that, please.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
Really?
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
That's different from our churches, then.
No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling
'Cause-
you. It's ghosts.
Ours...
So what happened to the hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Oh,
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
that... What are the bottom two men? But yeah, anyway, in our churches, the bell rope is usually kind of like found at the back, or right at the very top, kind of like near where the bell is, sort of. Be freaked out about that? Chandelier fell down.
Lizzie. Look. Betty's gloves.
Oh!
They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day
I remember Woolworths.
She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a labyrinth.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty. You're turning into such a pill.
What does that mean? It's just like a pill. That'll make me
What happened here?
better.
The sign on the door.
Me ill.
God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
No, that's not the Last Supper. That's... Or a variation on the Last Supper. Aha! The pulpit. Excuse me. That doesn't tell me anything.
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, and move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Till varandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once.
Yeah.
How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us. It sounds like Grovik was split in two.
Yeah, that makes
Between
sense.
those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Here's something else.
So a blood
Many
feud?
of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
This tracks?
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Ah, yes, scapegoat. Sacrificial lamb. And if I can obtain for you these items? What are you
We're in a church.
I
Lizzie!
thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
Lizzie, what the fuck are you doing? Ugh. That's you.
The final dinner.
The
Final
Last
dinner.
Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
Wow. Excuse me. Okay. I am not a heathen, alright? Edward is a man of science. Alright?
Isn't this a fire hazard?
They're
A
not
little bit,
always
yeah.
lit. Each candle represents a single prayer.
That's a lot of prayers.
There were a lot of deaths.
I do worry about that. Like, I don't know. If you, say, light a candle for who's lost or died, does anybody come back later to make sure that, you know, it's not a raging inferno? Saying.
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can
Cool.
find out what happened to the people in the village?
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead,
Her name would be in the book.
vandals. They tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look,
Why would they tear it out? Good spotting. Good spotting. But before I do that, though, I want to...
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
Well, actually, yes, this is a completely all fictional, slash Edward, slash I am very smart.
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document.
Yeah?
For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
So what happened to you, Edward? It sounds like you used to have faith at some point and just stopped. Which,
They considered this a sacred place.
no shade
them
to
to
anybody who
destroy it.
doesn't have any faith. I mean, I don't, but
This was an act of desperation.
I'm just curious
Anger.
what drove him to, you know? I mean, I know my own, I have my own. Mostly, I figured Christianity wasn't for me. And so far, it hasn't been.
How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a
No,
competition.
we don't
One
need to
nil
do that.
Team me.
We don't need to make it a competition, okay? We don't need to make this into a big thing, okay? We don't have. Aha! Aha!
I wanted you to find that one.
Uh-huh.
I know what a rotten loser you are.
She really does sound like...
Found another one. You get it. It's right here.
Get down from there, please. God damn it, Lizzie. You're gonna fall, okay? There's no doctors here, alright? And someone destroyed our boat. If you fall and injure yourself, we're fucked. Well, specifically, you're fucked. I'm not.
Just one more page missing.
But you are, specifically. Unless somebody comes looking for us, in which case... Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep,
Two
yep,
for
yep,
two.
yep, yep.
A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Oh, what about
horse
the
feathers.
rest?
Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward.
What about the
Betty,
rest of the
Betty,
people?
Betty, will you ever shut up about your precious Betty? Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
You two have issues. Edward and Lizzie, you got issues. You need to work through that.
That bell still bothers me.
So, what now?
Didn't you say it was the wind?
I guess it could have been the wind.
Once you eliminate the impossible, etc., etc.
Well, it couldn't possibly be God doing it, could it? Because I don't believe in God. I am very smart. I'm a man of science, you know. I'm making fun of Edward, not anybody else.
I don't like that sound. Please stop. Stop it.
Why do you dislike the bells, Lizzie?
What a terrible mess.
First the store, then this. What was wrong with these people?
Hysteria.
They were angry and afraid.
Yep. Superstition. And jealousy. Basically what caused the witch hunt. I mean, there's more to it than that, but...
I'm no closer to Betty than I was yesterday.
Maybe she never made it to Grovik.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course she's here. I found her scarf, her hat, and her gloves.
I guess.
Lizzie? Lizzie, what beef do you have? Like, what is your problem?
I'm not leaving until I find some sign of Betty.
Whatever you say.
I don't want to keep ringing the bell because I know that Lizzie's going to get pissed off with me. Or the bell is going to collapse in on me and crush my skull. And the rest of my body.
Stop it. Stop it.
Well,
Where are you going?
Lissy,
Where are you going?
yeah, hey, I want it. Listen, Lizzie, I need some help, okay? The game is not helping me, and I need some help. Alright? Help me! Help me!
I'm not leaving until I find some sign of Betty.
Whatever you say.
Okay, am I missing... I'm obviously missing... I need one more note. Okay. Handle. Okay, what do you want from me, Lizzie? Already looked at everything. We looked at the painting. Oh, hang on. Here we go. I'm dumb. All right.
This book goes back years.
20 years?
Lists births and deaths. Here's the third Fretland brother. The one who died in the cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse.
Curse.
That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Possibly. Maybe Theo was
Look here.
Oh.
Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died.
Drowned, or was
Probably
he...
no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Ward?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say.
That's what I'm thinking.
After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive
Maybe.
superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For
Traitor.
Ah. Great here. There
Edward?
it is again.
What's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead.
Wait.
She can't be. I'd know. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me!
Okay.
Edward!
Must find that
I'm
grave.
right here. What are you scared of? I am convinced that she's the ghost. I'm convinced of it.
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you. Where is it?
Rachel, where is she? Where is Rachel?
This one.
Shit.
It's unmarked.
Oh, fuck. We're gonna
What
dig.
are you doing? Have you gone completely mad?
Grief-stricken
Edward,
brother?
stop it!
It's not.
And now the
Betty,
curse
it's-
is on you because
it's
you
not her.
disturbed some remains.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
He sounds
You're a
obsessed.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister
Or
like
what?
that.
Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet!
Oh.
Leave me be!
Fine.
Lizzie? Alice? Come back! Don't leave me alone! Please! Come back! I
Fucking knew
need
it.
you.
Huh. I had a feeling. I had a feeling, like, the more that I was kind of reading and picking up on what she was saying. I didn't expect it to happen that soon, but I had a feeling. I had a feeling. But tonight is not going to be a good night. At least for Edward. So now he's alone. Alice is kind of possibly a manifestation of his guilt, obsession.
I was afraid you'd left me. Now listen to me. No!
Fuck! It didn't give me time to respond. I don't like the how the dialogue system works in this. It doesn't give me enough time.
Lizzie.
So who destroyed the boat then?
Hey. Lizzie, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone.
Who are you? You're not a split personality. But what are you?
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet? Your little plaything?
So confused.
Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable.
Edward, you are talking to a ghost.
Lizzie? Alice?
Oh shit.
No! What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No!
Is this a Silent Hill situation?
Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please don't.
You make me sick, Edward. Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed.
What the
They did not
fuck?
think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here. With us,
What the shit?
you are never alone. Do not forget.
No, Never. Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
Huh?